Welcome back to CricIQ. This is a really big weekend because we have the second of our big semi-finals lined up. 5 people from around the country vying to win that one place, that ticket for Lords. And we have a really brilliant lineup of quizzes up here today. First up, Abhishek, all the way from Bangalore. Abhishek, how do you rate your chances? You're a financial analyst. How well do you think you'll do in this quiz?
Not too sure, Joy, but I'm quite confident. That I might just make the cut. I'm not sure.
He's not too sure, but he's quite confident he'll make the cut. Just like any other good banker, the statements never match up. But all the best to you. And next up, we have Gourav Chakraborti, who's a banker from Kolkata. Gourav, this time you qualified in the rarefied heights of the Himalayas. Where are you playing this round from?
From Kolkata, my home.
Okay. So it's good to have a home court advantage. You're finally back to your home ground, but you did very well outside as well, so there's no reason to believe that you won't do well out here. And next up, a really good quizmaster and a well-known quizmaster in his own right, great quizzer, Manish. Hello, Manish. Fancy your chances today?
I think it's a tough lineup, so I think everyone has a good shot at it.
For those of you who don't know, Manish and Gourav have also participated in many television cricket quizzes together, and they've competed against each other very often. So this should be interesting to see how it turns out. Next up, we have Shasheen, who is a CA final student from Mumbai. And Shasheen, you recently gave your examinations, I believe.
Yeah, from last 2 weeks, I'm giving my examination. This is one more examination, so I'm a bit nervous in this one.
Which is tougher? CricIQ or the CA finals?
Both are of same level. The semi-finals is same level. I'm expecting of the same level.
Shasheen thinks the semi-finals are just the same level as the CA final. Good.
I'm confident that I might crack both of them.
Well done. And our final participant from Chennai, from Kotak, is Sidharth. Sidharth, what do you reckon your chances are today? Big lineup of players.
I know it's going to be very tough, but I'm going to give it my best shot.
Super, Sidharth. That's exactly the kind of attitude we want out here. And we'll go straight into our big first round. It's called Quick Singles. Let me tell you a little bit about the rules. So our first round is Quick Singles, and the format is just the same as it has been in all these rounds. Each participant has to answer 3 questions in a time limit of 45 seconds. 10 points for every correct answer. The questions are based on separate ESPNcricinfo sections. Questions do not pass. And the first set is from our financial analyst from Bangalore. It's Abhishek. Abhishek, your set starts now. Quote unquote, I'm not Jesus Christ. I don't know what's going on in his mind. This was Darren Sammy about whom? Repeat that, please.
About Chris Gayle.
Correct. Chris Gayle is correct. Next one. Nicknames. Which former Australian captain was nicknamed the Big Ship?
Warwick Armstrong.
Lovely answer. Correct. Last one. Must read books. Which great cricketer wrote the book The Art of Cricket?
Which great cricketer is it?
Yeah.
Hello, I can't hear you.
Which great cricketer wrote
Ramchandra Guha?
You've got yourself 2 correct. I'll tell you the ones that you got right. You got Chris Gayle correct. You got Warwick Armstrong correct. That was a brilliant answer. But the great cricketer who wrote The Art of Cricket is Sir Donald Bradman. Bad luck there. So 20 points for Abhishek out there, which is a good start. And our next set is for Gourav Chakraborti, and your set of 3 questions start now. Nicknames. Which great cricketer was nicknamed after the 1964 Olympic heavyweight boxing champion? Gourav, I'm waiting.
Frank Tyson.
Frank Tyson is incorrect. Next. At the Oval Test match between England and South Africa in 1951, who became the first and so far only cricketer to be declared out obstructing the field?
Pass. Second one. Third one.
Last one. Which ground hosted the first ever 50-over match at a Cricket World Cup?
Oval. Lords.
Okay, Gourav, bad luck. You got yourself a bit of a dicey set out there. But the great cricketer who was named after the 64 Olympic heavyweight boxing champion, the champion was Joe Frazier, also known as Smoking Joe, and the cricketer named after him was obviously the great Vivian Richards. The only batsman to be declared out obstructing the field was Sir Len Hutton, and I'm sure you would have got that. It's one of those days. The last one, the ground that hosted the first ever 50-over match in the Cricket World Cup was Nia Stadium, Hyderabad, and it was a really tricky question because all the World Cups before that had 60-over matches. Okay, and tough set there for you, Gaurav, and we go straight into our next participant, who's Manish. Manish, your set of quick singles starts now. Quote unquote, I stood next to her because I thought height-wise we were pretty similar. Sunil Gavaskar about meeting whom in 1975. Here is a giveaway. Manish?
Indira Gandhi.
Incorrect. Nicknames. Which Australian bowler was nicknamed Funky?
Colin Miller.
Correct. Must read books. Who read the award-winning book Chinaman, The Legend of Pradeep Matthew?
Srihan Karunathinakale.
I'll accept that, Manish. I'll accept that it's Srihan Karunathinakale, but I'll accept that, and I'm sure Srihan will also forgive you for your name. The only one you missed was also a figure from a head of state of some sort. It was Queen Elizabeth, because he'd obviously gone to England to play the 1975 World Cup. So that's why the year 75 was a bit of a hint out there, but you got yourself 2 points and 2 correct answers and 20 points, and that's really useful for you in these early going. And it's on to our next participant, our CA final student all the way from Mumbai. It's Shaheen. And Shaheen, let's hope this set is easier than your CA final examinations. Your time starts now. Quote unquote, I think playing cricket taught me more about working in teams, and leadership has stayed with me throughout my career. Which recently appointed CEO, world famous CEO, make this comment?
Satya Nadella or something.
Satya Nadella is correct. Nicknames. Which English cricketer is nicknamed the Watford Wall? Current English cricketer. The Watford Wall. Sorry, repeat that.
Ian Bell.
It's not Ian Bell. Who faced the first ball in the history of the Indian Premier League?
Brendan McCullum.
It's not Brendan McCullum. Bad luck. So you got the first one. Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. The Watford Wall. Who could be tall enough to be a wall? Steve Finn. The first ball in the history of the Indian Premier League was not faced by Sourav Ganguly, but his partner opening with him. My apologies, not Brendan McCullum, but his partner opening with him. It was Sourav Ganguly who faced the first ball. Bad luck there. You got yourself 10 points though, and they could be very useful as the quiz goes on. And our last set is from our manager from Kotak, all the way from Chennai. It's Sidharth. Sidharth, your set starts now. The first ever one-day international was of how many overs per side?
50.
Incorrect. Apart from Graham Gooch, who is the only batsman to score a triple century and a century in the same test match?
Sangakkara.
Correct. What happened first during the Lord's Test between Australia and England in 1938? Specific answer, not directly related to the cricket field. India, Australia, England, 1938. It's a turning point, but nothing to do with the field. Pass, that's time. Bad luck there. Slightly tough question, but I think you did well. The first ever one-day international was of 40 overs per side. It was between Australia and England because, one day had been 4 days of a match had been washed out. You got Sangakkara correct, and what happened during the Lord's Test between Australia and England in 1938, it was the first ever test match to be broadcast on television. So, interesting set out here, and let's have a look at the scores. And a first look at the scores. Gourav Chakraborti has yet to score, a banker from Calcutta, but remember there are a lot of rounds left and lots can happen in the remaining 3. On 10 points, we have our CA final student Shasheen Shah and Sidharth Subramaniam. They're on 10 each. But leading at this point on 20 each is Abhishek, our financial analyst from Bangalore, and Manish, Achuth, our MBA from Milan and well-known quizmaster. So lots to play for as we go straight into our round 2. And it's all about visual questions. Let's have a look at rules. So round 2 is called Third Umpire. 2 visuals will be shown on screen. Participants have to answer 2 questions based on these visuals for 10 points each. If they get both correct, they get a bonus question worth 10 points. Questions do not pass, and you get 10 seconds per visual. Each participant obviously gets a separate set of visuals. Abhishek, your set of 2 visuals coming up on the screen right now. Okay, both are identifications. Identify the great batsman on your left who's got more than 170 first-class centuries. That should be a big hint. 170 first-class centuries.
On the left.
There aren't too many there.
70 should be Jack Hobbs.
Jack Hobbs actually had
199.
Anyway, bad luck. Next one. Identify the batsman on the right. Well-known batsman and whose nephew has been an administrator in recent times. The hint is the nephew.
Greg Campbell.
No, that's the English board. Bad luck there. Tough start for you, but you know, this is the semi-finals and things do get a bit tough out. The first one was not Jack Hobbs. My apologies. It was Patsy Hendren. And the next one was Tom Gravney, whose nephew David Gravney was with the ECB. Gaurav, your set of 2 coming up right now. Take a look. Identify this batsman on our left, first to achieve a major feat in first-class cricket in 1895.
Kumar Ranjit Singh ji.
Could you repeat that, please?
That is Ranjit Singh ji.
That's not Ranjit Singh ji. And identify the Pakistani batsman on your right.
That is Hanif Mohammad.
Okay. Bad luck, Gaurav. Couple of tough ones there. The batsman who achieved a major feat in 1895, that was Archie McLaren. And the Pakistan batsman on the right-hand side was Aftab Balok. And obviously, these are both people who've had really high individual scores. Tough round out there, Gaurav. But don't worry, the next 2 rounds could be really good for you. It happened in our first semi-final. It could happen with you. Manish, we go on straight to you and your set of 2 visuals coming up now. Manish, identify this Australian cricketer who has had relatives represent his country as well.
Vic Richardson.
Vic Richardson is correct, and the gentleman on your right. Who is the gentleman on your right? Indian cricketer.
Yashwendra Singh.
Lovely answer, superb answer. And your bonus question, you've got 2 right. Your bonus question coming up now. Vic Richardson and Yashwendra Singh both hold a record for most catches in a test innings, jointly with 5 others. Okay. Which Indian cricketer took 5 catches in one innings in Sachin Tendulkar's debut test match? So that should put a year to it. Which Indian cricketer took 5 catches in one innings in Sachin Tendulkar's debut test match? Used to be one of our finest fielders. Manish, educated guess might just help.
Gursharan Singh.
Bad luck. It was actually Mohammad Azharuddin. It gone for the obvious. Bad luck there, but I thought Gursharan Singh was a good try. But you've still got yourself 20 points, and in this round, in the kind low-scoring rounds that we have, this could be very vital. And we go straight into our next participant, our CA final student, Shasheen. Shasheen, your set of 2 visuals coming up now. Identify the gentleman to your left, Indian cricketer. Shasheen, waiting for an answer?
Yeah, sorry, I'll pass it.
Okay, and who's the other cricketer on your right hand side? Who's that? Both heavy domestic scorers. Who's the batsman on your right?
Is it Amarjit KP?
Good answer. That's a really good answer. That is Amarjit KP. And the gentleman to your left is not Robert Vadra, as you might have thought he was. That's actually Ajay Sharma. And Ajay Sharma has had a bit of a checkered career, but he's been a really, really big domestic scorer. And his son now is also started playing, and he's looking really good. Manan Sharma is probably one of the more promising young boys that we have in Indian cricket nowadays. Our last set is for Sidharth from Kotak. Sidharth, your set of 2 visuals coming up now. Okay. Identify the English bowler on your left-hand side. Famous bowler of yesteryears. That's not Harold Larwood, bad luck. And on the right, that's obviously Sourav Ganguly. Who is with him? A former Bengal player, a very well-known bowler in his own time. Who's the gentleman with Sourav Ganguly? Sidharth, take a shot. No negative points in this quiz. Bad luck. That is actually Primanshu Chatterjee, who had one of the best single innings bowling figures in first-class cricket. So bad luck there, and the end of a fairly tough round. Let's take a look at the scores. End of 2 rounds. What's happened so far? Gourav yet to score, but remember, huge comebacks have happened from that total before. On 10 points, we have Sidharth, Subramaniam. On 20 points each, we have Abhishek and Shasheen, our CA final student. But leading at this point in our time is our MBA from Milan and our well-known quizmaster, Manish. Lots to happen in the next round, and we go straight into that. Let me tell you about the rules. So our round 3 is called Take the Challenge, and as you know, each participant has to challenge another participant on a particular topic chosen from a grid. 2 questions per topic, one for the challenger, one for the challenge. 20 seconds to answer the question, 10 points per correct answer. If you win a challenge, you get a bonus of 10 points. But if both fail to answer or both get it correctly, then it ends in a tie and nobody gets extra points. And Abhishek, here are your choices. Tri-Series in Australia, great finish. Cricketing equipment, India versus Pakistan in Test cricket, the Master Jack Hobbs, T20 leagues around the world. What subject do you want and who do you want to challenge?
I'll take up great finishes.
Great finishes, and who would you like to challenge?
I would like to challenge Gourav.
Okay, you'd like to challenge Gourav. I'm not sure if that's the best choice. Gourav is a formidable man in his own right, but all the best to you. And Gourav, your question, you've just been challenged by Abhishek, and here is your question on great finishes. In the 1993 Hero Cup semi-final, where Sachin Tendulkar bowled a brilliant final over against South Africa to bowl India to victory, how many wickets did he claim?
He didn't take any wickets. Just South Africa.
Brilliant answer. 10 points for you. He didn't take a single wicket, but he just restricted them and chasing 5, they couldn't get it. Brilliantly done, Gourav. You're back on the contention, back on the drawing board, scoreboard rather. Well done. And now Abhishek, if you don't get this, then Gourav gets 20 points instead of 10. Here's your question. Only the second test match to be drawn with scores tied was played at Mumbai in 2011. Who faced the last ball and was also man of the match in that match? Who faced the last ball in only the second test match to be drawn with scores tied?
Okay, Ravichandran Ashwin?
It is Ravichandran Ashwin, so that's 10 points each to both of you. So that's been a tie as far as it's been concerned. 10 points to Gourav, 10 points to Abhishek. And Gourav, it's your choice now, your subject, and who do you want to challenge?
I want to challenge Abhishek again, and my subject will be India versus Pakistan in Test cricket.
There's a bit of a rivalry building out here. Abhishek, it's now your question, and he's challenging you on India versus Pakistan in Test cricket. So Abhishek, your question coming up first. Abhishek, Shahid Saeed made his debut in a test match, which was also the first for a very famous Pakistani cricketer and a couple of Indian cricketers, one of whom also went on to a career in film and television. Name the famous Pakistani cricketer and the Indian cricketer who made his career in film, who made their debuts in that same test.
Okay. Salil Ankola should be one of the Indian cricketers.
Yep.
And the other should be Waqar Yunus.
It is Waqar Yunus and Salil Ankola, and I don't need for no extra points. Obviously, tell me who's the most famous to make his debut in that match.
Sachin Tendulkar.
It was, of course, Sachin Tendulkar. So that was obviously the most obvious one which we couldn't ask you, but Shahid Saeed obviously had some amazing company for him when he made his debut. He can talk about that for the rest of his life. So now, Gaurav, he's got himself his 10 points. It's now up to you to answer and restrict his scoring to 10 points. Here's a question. In the famous test match between India and Pakistan in the 1999 Asian Test Championship, which two cricketers shared the Man of the Match award? 1999 Asian Test Championship.
Saeed Anwar and Javagal Srinath.
That's a lovely answer out there. Saeed Anwar and Javagal Srinath. Srinath had that amazing spell on the first day, and Saeed Anwar, of course, scored a lot of runs. Well done, Gaurav. So you guys have basically fought each other to a standstill, 20 points each in these two challenge rounds. And now we're going to go on to the next one, and we're going to see who our next challenger is. Manish, who do you want to challenge and on what subject?
I would like to challenge Sidharth on ESPNcricinfo All-Time 11.
Manish is challenging Sidharth on the ESPNcricinfo All-Time 11. Interesting choice and something that is very close to our hearts. Sidharth, your first question on the ESPNcricinfo All-Time 11 coming to you now. We were different characters but very good friends, and he was the greatest opening batsman I've ever seen. This was Dennis Compton about which member of the ESPNcricinfo All-Time 11? We were different characters but very good friends, but he was the greatest opening batsman I've ever seen. Waiting for an answer, Sidharth?
Jeff Boycott?
Sorry?
Jeff Boycott?
Not Jeff Boycott. This is a bit before his time. It's Len Hutton and Manish. That just opens up an opportunity to get 20 points for you, because if you get this right, you get yourself 20 points. And here is your question. I think you'll like it. Of the ESPNcricinfo All-Time 11, who ended his career with the second highest batting average? The first, of course, being the great Sir Donald Bradman. Of the ESPNcricinfo All-Time 11.
Graham Pollock?
Not Graham Pollock. This is actually Sir Garfield Sobers. Just missed an opportunity to make a few points out there. Bad luck there, Manish, but at least you've got, no points have been exchanged out there, so you've not lost very much out there. Shasheen, your chance to challenge, and who do you want to challenge?
Do I have an option? I think it's only Manish is there.
Yes, you don't have an option. Actually, you have to challenge Manish, you're right. And on what subject will you take him?
T20 leagues around the world.
Shasheen is taking on Manish in T20 leagues around the world. Manish, a chance for you to make up a bit of space out there. Your question, you're the challenge this time. Here's your question. Which country has a team called the Amazon Warriors in the Caribbean Premier League? The Amazon Warriors play for
Guyana?
which country? Sorry?
Guyana?
Of course it is Guyana, because Guyana is in the South American mainland. Good answer there, 10 points for you. And Shasheen, that effectively means that you're going to answer this to stop Manish from getting 20. Here's your question, Shasheen. Who captained the Dhaka Gladiators to their second Premier League title in February 2013? Dhaka Gladiators' second Premier League title, Feb 2013.
Mashrafi Murtaza?
Mashrafi Murtaza is right. So you also answered it, and you've denied Manish those extra 10 points. Good answer there. And we go on straight to our final two. It has to be Sid Sidharth, who's going to be challenging Shasheen. Sidharth, what's your subject of choice?
Great bowling spells.
Great bowling spells you've chosen. All these subjects are interesting, but great bowling spells should be particularly nice. Shasheen, you're the challenged, and here's your question coming up. Muthaiya Muralidharan bowled a magic spell of 9 for 65 to propel Sri Lanka to a victory at the Oval in 1998. Who got the only remaining wicket in the second innings?
It was a run out.
Lovely answer, beautifully answered. It was a run out. Of course it was. Well done there, Shasheen. And now to deny Shasheen 20 points, Sidharth, you'll have to answer this. Whose fiery spell of 8 for 43 was responsible for only the second victory by a side following on?
Bob Willis.
Bob Willis it is, of course. After Ian Botham's heroics, it was Bob Willis in the final innings who came and wreaked havoc with the Australians. Great answer there. Some good scoring in this round. Let's have a look at the scores. Gourav has made a bit of a comeback, as has Sidharth. They're on 20 points each. Shasheen and Abhishek are on 40, but leading at this point in time is Manish, our MBA from Milan, with 50 points. Remember, 2 of them go through to the finals, and that's going to be a big one. So it's going to be a tactical battle out here. It's not just about winning, it's also about getting a good second place and reaching there. And all those of you who don't qualify, remember, you're still going to get 15,000 rupees worth of Flipkart coupon. So that's something to play for, definitely. So here's the chance to go into our last round. Let's have a look at the rules. Our final round is where we give participants a choice of picking their subject of choice, and it's called Know Your Game. You get questions from a subject chosen from a grid, 60 seconds to answer as many questions as you can, a maximum of 10 questions and 5 points for each correct answer. We'll start with you, Manish. Take a look at the grid and choose a subject for that. There we are. IPL 2012, Cricket Grounds of Pakistan, Women in World Cup Cricket History, India World Championship Cricket 1985, Life and Times of Murali, ICC Champions Trophy in 2013, Masters of the Chase, Wasim Akram, and ICC World T20 2012. What would you like to choose, Manish?
Masters of the Chase.
Masters of the Chase, interesting, because whenever you choose a subject like that, it's actually tougher because, you know, it could be from all over, but I'm glad you chose it. It's a brave choice. Let's see how you do on this one. Okay. Manish, your set on Masters of the Chase starts now. Which South African scored 175 in their world record chase against Australia at Johannesburg?
Herschel Gibbs.
Correct. Who scored the winning runs when India won the NatWest Trophy final in 2002?
Zahir Khan.
Correct. At which ground did Sri Lanka score 411 only to lose by 3 runs against India?
Rajkot.
Correct. Who top scored for India in India's highest successful chase in ODIs?
Rohit Sharma.
Well done. Correct.
Yeah.
Who are the only side to chase down 2 totals of over 350 in one-day international cricket?
India.
Correct. Which team holds a record for the highest total batting second in a World Cup match?
England.
Well done. Correct. Against which side did New Zealand chase down 340 and 350 in consecutive one-day internationals?
Australia.
Correct. Which player scored 183 in India's chase of 330 in the Asia Cup of 2012 against Pakistan?
Virat Kohli.
Lovely. 8 questions you took on. You got all 8 correct. Brilliant performance there, Manish. That was absolutely, you chased brilliantly out here. And have you done enough to make yourself safe? I think you have, but that depends on the other participants. 8 correct answers out here. Well done, Manish. And after a brilliant round from Manish, it's your chance, Abhishek. You're hot on his heels. What's your subject of choice?
It's IPL 2012, Josh.
IPL 2012, that's very close to my heart as well. So your questions on IPL 2012 start now. In IPL 2012, who got the Citibank Rising Star Award?
Manvinder Bisla.
Incorrect. Who smashed 6 consecutive 4s in an over, which was a first in IPL history?
Ajinkya Rahane.
Correct. In a match versus Rajasthan Royals, AB de Villiers gave his man of the match to which player after getting it?
It was to pass, yeah.
Who got the first hat-trick of IPL 2012?
Amit Mishra?
Incorrect. Who hit the longest six of IPL 2012?
Chris Gayle?
Incorrect. Who was awarded the man of the series in IPL 2012? The player of the tournament.
Chris Gayle?
Incorrect. I'll take the last. I'm sorry, I didn't start the question, so I won't ask it. Sorry, a bit of a nightmare set for you. Abhishek, let me just tell you the ones you got wrong. The Citibank Rising Star Award went to Mandeep Singh of Kings 11 Punjab. Ajinkya Rane, you got correct, smashed 6 fours in an over. AB de Villiers gave his man of the match to KP Appanna because he thought that he had performed very well and was not awarded. The first hat-trick of IPL 2012 is a man whose name we'd rather forget. It's Ajit Chandila of the Rajasthan Royals. And the longest six of IPL 2012, you went for Gale, but this was just as much possible. It's Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who hit James Franklin for 112 meters. And the man of the series in IPL 2012, that one you should have got, Sunil Narayan. Bad luck there, Abhishek. Bit of a tough set out here, but it happens all the time. You know, it's one of those things. Bad luck, Abhishek. We are moving on to the next participant, who's Shasheen. Shasheen, your subject of choice.
ICC Champions Trophy 2013.
ICC Champions Trophy 2013. Let me get your subject first, and we'll go with you now. Shasheen, your set on ICC Champions Trophy 2013 starts now. Who was the only side to end up on 0 points after the group stage of the Champions Trophy 2013?
South Africa. Oh, sorry.
Incorrect. How many associate nations took part in the Champions Trophy 2013?
0.
Correct. Who faced the final delivery to be bowled in Champions Trophy 2013?
Trendwell.
Sorry?
James Trendwell.
Correct. Which venue hosted the first match of the ICC Champions Trophy?
Cardiff.
Correct. Which side recorded the lowest score batting first of the Champions Trophy 2013? The lowest score batting first.
West Indies.
Incorrect. Which English batsman finished as the second highest run getter in the ICC Champions Trophy 2013?
Ravi Bopara.
Incorrect. Who was the only Indian to win 2 man of the match awards in the Champions Trophy?
Shikhar Dhawan.
Sorry? Incorrect. Incorrect. Which side recorded the highest successful chase of the Champions Trophy 2013?
India.
Incorrect. Which Indian seamer was the man of the match in their semi-final against Sri Lanka? I'll take that if you have an answer.
Ishant Sharma.
Ishant Sharma, you said. That's correct. So let me just quickly tell you what you didn't get right. The only side to end up with 0 points was Pakistan. You got associate nations and Treadwell correct. You got Cardiff correct. India recorded the lowest score batting first at the Champions Trophy 2013. The English batsman who finished as the second highest run getter was Jonathan Trott. And the only Indian to win 2 man of the match awards, and you should have got this one, was Sir Ravindra Jadeja. So one of those days, Shasheen, you've done a bit. Is it enough? We'll find out in a bit. And we go on straight to our next participant, Gourav. Gourav, I think a couple of people have stumbled. You might be onto something. You have a good round here and you'll have a very good chance. Gourav, what's your subject?
Cricket grounds of Pakistan.
Cricket grounds from Pakistan, you said, and we'll go straight out there. Gourav, your set on the cricket grounds of Pakistan starts now. Which stadium in Pakistan has hosted the maximum number of test matches?
National Stadium, Karachi.
Correct. Name the only stadium in Pakistan that has hosted a T20 international match.
Pass.
Who has recorded the highest individual score in a test at Multan Cricket Stadium?
Virendra Sehwag.
Correct. Which stadium in Pakistan was named after a military ruler and renovated by the famous architect Nair Ali Dada for the '96 World Cup?
Gaddafi Stadium.
Correct. At which ground in Pakistan is famous for the confrontation between Gatting and Shakur Rana?
Pass.
At which ground in Pakistan did Sachin make his one-day international debut?
Gurjanwala.
Correct. The first test match on Pakistan soil took place at Bagh Jinnah, Lahore in March 59. Who took the first hat-trick on Pakistan soil there?
Pass.
Pass. Bad luck. Let me give the ones you didn't get. The only stadium in Pakistan that's hosted a T20 international is National Stadium, Karachi. You got Virendra Sehwag correct, the Gaddafi Stadium correct, Iqbal Stadium, Faisalabad, I think you missed. That was the stadium where Shakur Rana and Mike Gatting had their famous confrontation. And the first hat-trick on Pakistan soil took place in March 59. The bowler was Wes Hall of the West Indies. Not a bad set there, Gaurav. You've done a bit. Let's see how it finally pans out. Sidharth, you're the last of our participants. Your set coming up now. What is your subject of choice?
India at World Championship of Cricket 1985.
World Championship of Cricket 1985 is a subject very close to a lot of Indians' hearts. It was an amazing, amazing tournament for us. Your set on India in the World Championship of Cricket 1985 starts now. Which Indian batsman scored a 93 not out in India's first match of the tournament?
Azharuddin.
Correct. Who made his debut in India's first match of the 1985 World Championship Cricket ODI debut?
Lakshman Shivaramakrishnan.
Correct. Who emerged as the highest run scorer of the tournament?
Srikanth.
Correct. In the highest winning margin by runs in the tournament, which side did India beat by 86 runs?
England.
Correct. How many hundreds were scored by Indian batsmen in that tournament?
None.
Correct. Which wicketkeepers recorded 5 dismissals in an innings versus England?
Sadanand Vishwanath.
Correct. Apart from Ravi Shastri, who was the other not-out batsman during India's successful chase versus Pakistan?
Sandeep Patil.
Incorrect. Who took a 4-wicket haul during India's semi-final victory versus New Zealand?
It was Kapil.
Incorrect. At which batting position did Sunil Gavaskar score his only half-century during the tournament?
Number 4.
Bad luck. It was number 5 actually. He was batting at number 5 throughout that tournament. The opening was being done by Ravi Shastri and Srikanth. So let me tell you the other ones you missed. The 4-wicket haul during India's semi-final victory was Madan Lal. And apart from Ravi Shastri, the other not-out batsman during India's successful run chase was Dilip Vengsarkar. So at the end, the scoreboard actually looks much, much closer than you think. Gaurav finished very creditably with 40 points. Abhishek had a poor final round and he'd be ruining himself for that one because he ended up on 45 and that was pretty close to qualifying. Sidharth Subramaniam at 50 and that was also very close. But the two people who did qualify are our CA final student from Mumbai, Shasheen Shah, who got himself 60 points and that was good enough to qualify. And then again, far ahead with a thumping margin, our MBA from Milan and well-known quizmaster himself, Manish Achuth. So those are the two who go to the finals and still keep open their dream of going to watch a test match at Lord's. The other 3, don't worry, you've done very well to get here so far and you've won yourself 15,000 rupees worth of Flipkart coupons. The next time we'll meet, we'll be live at the studios in Bangalore and that'll be the final and that'll be absolutely amazing. Looking forward to seeing you all there.